Okay, so I need you to imagine something. You're working retail. It's a Tuesday afternoon, and a customer walks up to you, looks you dead in the eyes, and asks if the chickens you sell in the meat department are already dead. Not frozen, not processed, just already dead, because they don't want to kill it themselves. That happened. And honestly, that's not even in the top 20 stupidest questions we're covering today. Welcome back to the channel. According to a 2023 survey by the Customer Service Institute, 67% of customer service employees report dealing with what they diplomatically call reality disconnect incidents, at least once per week. Translation: customers ask questions so monumentally stupid that they shatter the very foundation of what employees thought was possible in human communication. Today, I've compiled documented cases from across the service industry: retail workers, restaurant staff, hotel employees, call center heroes. They've all contributed to this countdown of the absolute most brain-breaking questions ever asked by actual paying customers. So buckle up, because we're counting down the top 30 stupidest questions that made employees genuinely wonder if they'd slipped into an alternate dimension. 30. A woman walks up to the information desk holding a book and asks, "Does this book have an ending?" The employee thinks maybe she's asking about a series. "Yes, the story concludes in this volume." Customer responds, "No, but does it end? Or does it just keep going after the last page?" The employee explained that yes, books end when the pages run out. The customer seemed skeptical but purchased it anyway. 29. A customer orders a vanilla cone. As the employee is scooping, the customer asks, "Is that vanilla ice cream cold?" The employee laughs, thinking it's a joke, but the customer just stares, dead serious. "Yes," the employee finally says. "Ice cream is cold." "Oh, do you have any that's warm?" When explained that warm ice cream is just cream, the customer left a 1-star review stating the staff was rude when asked simple questions about temperature options. 28. Customer at the ticket counter. "What time is the 7 p.m. showing?" Employee: "It's at 7 p.m. Customer nods thoughtfully. "But what time should I get here to see it at 7 p.m.? Employee: "The movie starts at 7 p.m., but we have about 20 minutes of previews." Customer interrupts: "Right, but I want to see the 7 p.m. showing specifically, not the 7:20 showing, so what time is that?" This went in circles for 4 minutes. 27. Customer buying square crackers. "Are these square crackers round inside the package? Like they're square now, but are they round before I open them? And they become square when they touch air?" The employee explained that crackers maintain their shape regardless of packaging or atmospheric exposure. The customer spent several minutes examining the box, unconvinced. 26. Customer orders a large coffee. "Wait, how many coffees come in a large? Is it 2 regular coffees? 3 small coffees? I need to know how many coffees I'm getting." The barista explained that large refers to the size of 1 coffee. The customer insisted this was confusing marketing and demanded someone who could explain the coffee math better. 25. A patron approaches the library desk, surrounded by literally thousands of visible books, and asks, "Do you have any books? Is that something you do here?" When the librarian gestured at the shelves, the patron said, "Oh, I thought those were just for decoration, like a movie set." This person was in their 30s. They voted. 24. Customer orders a steak medium rare. When it arrives, "Is this steak dead?" "I mean the animal, is it dead?" Server: "Yes, the cow is deceased." Customer: "How long ago?" The manager had to confirm that all meat comes from animals that are no longer living. The customer ordered a salad while muttering about ethical concerns they should have mentioned. 23. Guest calls the front desk at 2 a.m. "What time is it there?" "It's 2 a.m. "Right, but what time is it where you are?" "I'm at the front desk." "In the hotel." "Where you are." "I know, but you're on a different floor." "Is it the same time on your floor as my floor?" The guest called back 20 minutes later to verify it was still the same time on both floors. 22. Customer puts $20 of gas in their car, then asks, "Can I return the gas I don't use? I might not drive anywhere today. So can I bring back the gas I don't burn and get a refund?" When told this wasn't possible, the customer called the policy wasteful before driving away using the very gas they just argued about. 21. If I take 2 pills a day for 7 days, how many pills do I need? 14 pills. "But what if some days I take them and some days I don't?" "Then you'd need to take them every day as prescribed." "Okay, but hypothetically, if I maybe take them, how many is that?" 9 minutes. Calendar drawing required. 20. Customer drops off a red shirt and white shirt, then asks, "Did the red one and white one talk to each other while they were here? I keep them separated at home because I don't want them to influence each other's colors." The owner confirmed that clothing items do not communicate. 19. Customer holding a laptop. If I don't like Windows, will this computer run something else if I just believe in it hard enough? Like, if I imagine a different operating system, will the computer sense that and change? The employee explained how software installation works. Customer responded that this limits creativity. 18. New gym member. If I lift weights, will I get heavier? You may gain muscle mass, yes. But the weights I'm lifting, do those pounds add to my body? Where does the weight go when I put it down? Basic physics explanation required. Member avoided the weight section for their entire membership. 17. I want to paint my room. Do I need white paint, or can I just paint it with the feeling of white? I really feel white for this room. Isn't that enough? They left without purchasing, stating they'd manifest the color change through intention instead. 16. When I check my balance, does that take money out of my account? I checked it 3 times yesterday and now I have less money. Can you refund me for the times I looked? 15-minute explanation of how bank accounts work. Customer remained partially convinced that looking at money depletes it. 15. Mid-flight passenger asks, "How far up are we?" We're cruising at about 35,000 feet. Okay, but how far is that from the ground? That is the distance from the ground. Right, but an actual distance, how far? Passenger later asked if the pilot could go lower so the ground is closer. 14. Do dogs know they're dogs? Because I want to buy a dog toy, but if the dog doesn't know it's a dog, will it know the toy is for dogs? Dogs will play with dog toys regardless of their self-awareness level. But what if I have a dog that thinks it's a cat? 12 minutes. Species identity covered extensively. 13. Customer shopping for a couch. If I buy this couch, will it fit through my door? Employee asks about dimensions. No, I mean, will the couch know it needs to fit? Like, will it adjust? Disappointed to learn furniture isn't sentient. Asked if smarter couches were available that could problem-solve entry challenges. 12. I have a 3 p.m. appointment. If I show up at 3 p.m., will I be late? No, 3 p.m. is your appointment time. But you said 3 p.m. is when my appointment is. So if I get there at 3 p.m., the appointment already started, right? Your appointment starts when you arrive at 3 p.m. So I should come at 2:59. 8-minute circular conversation. 11. Do these shoes make me shorter or just make the ground farther away? When I wear shoes with thick soles, am I shorter because I'm farther from the ground, or is the ground farther from me? Customer argued this was perspective dependent and requested neutral shoes that don't change spatial relationships. 10. Customer test driving. Does this car work in other states? Like, will it work? Or do I need a different car for different states? What about the roads? Are they compatible? 10-minute explanation of how vehicles and state borders work. Customer seemed skeptical but bought the car with plans to try it locally first. 9. If you cut my hair, will it grow back shorter? Like, if you cut it short, will it grow back short? Or does it remember being long? Hair doesn't have memory. Are you sure? Because I feel like last time I cut it short, it grew back short. Requested this be written down in case the hair forgets. 8. My computer isn't working. Can you describe what's happening? I don't know, I haven't tried turning it on yet. You haven't turned it on? No, I wanted to call first to make sure it's okay to turn on. What if it's broken? What if turning it on breaks it more? 19 minutes. 7. Our opening story in full. Customer at meat counter. Are these chickens already dead? Yes, all our meat comes from processed animals. All of them? Even the turkey? What about the beef? Customer asked if they could special order something more live. 6. I'm calling to refill my prescription. What's your name and date of birth? I can't tell you that. I need that information to locate your prescription. But if I tell you my information, how do I know you're really my pharmacist? You called us? Exactly. So you should already know who I am. 23 minutes. 5. When I watch the movie, am I in the movie or is the movie in the theater? Where is the movie happening? If I'm watching it, aren't I part of it? Manager provided amateur quantum mechanics explanations to explain the observer-observed relationship in cinema. 4. Customer looks at menu. If I order the unlimited breadsticks, how many is that? As many as you'd like. They're unlimited. But what's the limit of unlimited, eh? There's no limit. That's what unlimited means. But there has to be a number. However many you want to eat. So infinity? Can I get infinity breadsticks to go? 3. Guest calls front desk at midnight. Is the water in my room wet? Yes, water is wet. Are you sure? Because I don't want to get wet. How do I drink it without getting wet? 16-minute call covering the properties of water and whether dry water was available via room service. 2. I want to deposit money into my account yesterday. You mean you wanted to deposit yesterday? No, I want to deposit today, but I wanted to count for yesterday. We can't backdate deposits. Why not? It's my money. Because yesterday already happened. That seems like a limitation you should work on. Filed a complaint about the bank's inflexible relationship with time. 1. A customer walks into a customer service center. Multiple witnesses. Security footage confirms everything. They approach a desk with a massive customer service sign, where a representative wearing customer service representative name tag sits. The customer asks, "Is this the customer service desk?" "Yes, this is customer service." Customer looks around. "But how do I know?" Representative points to the sign. "But what if that sign is wrong? Have you checked recently?" 11 minutes of questioning the epistemological certainty of signage and whether customer service desks exist as definitive entities or social constructs. Customer eventually accepted it was customer service but requested written confirmation for future reference. 30 documented questions that made employees question reality itself. Here's the thing. Every single one of these people functions in society. They drive, they vote, they operate machinery, and somewhere in their brain, the neuron that should prevent asking, "Is water wet?" has just taken the day off. What I do know is that every customer service employee deserves a raise, free therapy, and probably a medal. Now here's where you come in. If you've worked customer service, drop your stories in the comments. Let's build the ultimate collection of questions that defy logic and physics. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because I've got more content exploring the fascinating, terrifying, and hilarious ways humans interact with reality, or fail to. And to every customer service worker, you are seen, appreciated, and absolutely right to question everything after someone asks if the 7 p.m. movie starts at 7 p.m. Until next time, remember, reality is objective, water is wet, and yes, the chickens are already dead.